Hey everyone, it's Bethany from Beth and Books and welcome back to this book nook, or should I say shop, because I am just currently wrapping up everything I have sold. These are 3 things and I have two pairs of shoes to wrap. But whilst I do that, I thought I would just give you a quick little update. So right now it is Tuesday the 29th of November, which means Vlogmas is going to be starting up soon. But can we all just take a moment, because your girl has uploaded 4 videos within like a week. We're on a roll. I'm loving it. I'm just feeling so good. I'm feeling like things are starting to fall into place. Thinking, Bethany, I need a shipping bag. Just a quick little update today. Whilst I was at work, I managed to book a packing service. If you saw in my last video, if you got that far, the last quote I got was $1,300. Oh, someone just messaged me. $1,300, and it was just ridiculous for what we wanted. So I did some more research and found one for significantly less. It's still expensive. I think it's going to end up costing about $500, but that is still cheaper than having to repurchase the things we need to get sent over, like the PlayStation, Ty's computer. I have a really brand new and nice Tefal pots and pans set that I do not want to get rid of. I got them on an absolute steal, and if that doesn't say that, if that isn't indicative of a woman, or not a woman, a person in their mid-20s making adult purchases, I don't know what will. I find it quite hilarious, to be honest. So those boxes are going to be dropped off next week. So things are really starting to pick up here. I'm currently in my last week of teaching. Wow, I've like only just fully computed that. I'm up to my last week of teaching, which is insanity, but I'm also very excited. I won't lie, I've kind of mentally checked out already. Not even necessarily because of the moving thing, just because it's been such a long year. Teachers around the world will probably understand. I mean, people will understand, but even though we haven't had any lockdowns or anything from COVID in New Zealand this year, it's been the year that we all got COVID, and it's been the most disruptive, so it's been intense. Also in New Zealand, we've had a new NCEA rollout, so our high school qualifications and certificates is NCEA, and we've had a new system rollout, and so there's been a lot to wrap our head around, as well as just, you know, general changes and whatnot. So there has been a lot going on this year for us all. Shoes are at, and also this is the book I'm currently reading. I'm at page 138 of 215, so I'm about, what is that, quick maths, 70 pages-ish from finishing. I really want to try finish this tonight, because I am on a mission to try and, where's my pen? To try and read 100 books by the end of the year. And so if you didn't catch my last vlog or the last few videos, I have a stack of short stories and graphic novels I'm trying to get through. Update on this book, it is basically 3 women in their mid-40s having to work under 3 men in their 20s in the fashion industry, and it's very stream of consciousness. It's giving me very much the Bell Jar vibes, and I'm really enjoying it, more so than I thought I would, to be honest. Like, I've been quite pleasantly surprised. However, it is getting to the point where I'm like, okay, can, like, something happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm at that stage now where it's like, okay, there needs to be, like, some breakdown, because it's like the women whose stream of consciousness we're seeing, they're not doing so well. So I am kind of just waiting for, like, a breakdown, I suppose. Like, something... Like, it feels like it's escalating to something, and I'm waiting for that something now, like I'm ready for it. there, guys. In the time since I last saw you, I have finished 3 books. Let's go through them. I managed to finish New Animals, and I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to, so I was quite pleasantly surprised. But I'll just let you know that it got weird. So one of the peripheral characters very much became the main character in the last third, and it got really intense. Like I was saying, I wanted something to happen, and it did happen, but not with the main characters. And whilst that was interesting because something happened and it was not what I was expecting, and it was very weird, like Life of Pi, but more sad and depressing. It did leave me feeling like the other characters we had been reading for previously were suddenly left with no conclusion, and it's kind of left me with a few questions. But I do really enjoy how it is sad. Like, how do I word this? Do not read this if you're in a down moment. Do not read this if you're feeling exasperated and without hope, because it's basically following characters who feel that way, and they don't have a happy ending. Nobody dies, but like there's no redeeming kind of quality. It's a book about being in moments of your life where you can't get out, where all you're able to see are the bad things and you can't see the good things. So massive trigger warnings for like depression and suicidal tendencies and thoughts and hallucinations and patronizing people, and it's just it's a morose book. It's a grey book. It's like quite vivid imagery, especially towards the end, but like it's a grey book emotionally. So that's that. And then read Tokyo Ghoul volume 13, I think is the second to last one. If I'm wrong, I will have corrected myself. And that was basically the first half of the big final battle, and then I read volume 14 straight away, and that was the second half of the big final battle. So overall, this Tokyo Ghoul series, I think I'm going to give like a 3 stars overall. Like, it's been entertaining and I would definitely recommend it to people. However, I just got really confused with all the names, and I don't feel like I fully understood what happened at the end. So I just feel like that's part of just my own fault of not being able to keep characters straight in my head. But also I feel like the ending was a bit confusing, and I can't figure out if that's because I didn't know what was happening, or if the storytelling got a bit too abstract at times. You know, when you've got a graphic novel, you've got the images and the writing. If I didn't read the images properly to get the story, because I'm so used to reading a written story, but it's still overall a good series. It's literally midnight right now, so I am just curious about what book I'm going to be picking up next. So I'm going to do the awkward thing where I'm like spinning the wheel. So here we go. Okay, quick change of plan. Ty's decided he just wants to choose me a book, so you can choose me a book, babe. One of the short ones, yeah, on the left hand side pile.
I can see your arms in the one.
Well, go. You have to go. Look, you can't see from there.
Yeah, I can.
You cannot see from there.
You can read.
You can see your butt. What? Okay, Ty has chosen for me Murakami's what's it called? The Strange Library, which I'm really excited about. This is the one which has just really cool illustrations. The way the book is set up, like these are all just 3 pages in a row, and every page is like so different. This is literally a workable little slot, and then I'm going to slide it in there until I start reading it. Okay, cool. I'm going to start that tomorrow though. I need to get to... What are you up to? I need to get to sleep. This toddler also needs to bloom and get to sleep. See you tomorrow. I mean, look, I didn't lie. It is the next day, but more accurately, the insomnia is back. It's 2 a.m. on a Tuesday night, so a Wednesday morning. and I cannot sleep. I have just been laying in the dark for like an hour and I cannot sleep. So I've come out here with the book. Look at that, it's like a whole picture. This is so cool. I finished it. What a blooming quick read. That makes it 4 books today. What a brilliant little book. This would be so good to read to students because of all the pictures, and it's weird. Like, this is a weird book. Not weird as in like bad weird. Weird as in imaginative, what the hell, wacky weird. I really enjoyed it. The pictures made perfect sense with the book. It reminds me a lot of Piranesi. It reminds me of the Starless Sea. It reminds me of just got me thinking about books. I just think it was a really fun, quick, little imaginative read. So it's about a boy who goes to the library and basically he gets trapped there. That's all I'm going to say because it's such a short book. Anything else would, you know, be starting to get into the full plot of it. But it was fun. If you need to get a book in before the end of the year for your reading goals, guys, this was great. I am starting to feel tired though, thank goodness. So I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm at school in like 6 hours. Yay.
Hello everyone. Somehow I am functioning. I'm functioning. I've had a pretty good day actually. So a bunch of stuff actually came and got picked up. The bookshelf person supposedly lost my address. But you know, whatever. But she should be coming today or tomorrow now. But look how empty this room is looking, guys. This was the bookshelf room. Do you remember I had a bookshelf here on that wall and like 2 or 3 bookshelves along here, and it's all gone and I'm feeling very good. This here, however, is a suitcase that my mum is taking with her to Melbourne because she's going before Christmas actually for a wedding, and let's just say Australia has a lot better shopping than good old Aotearoa does. So she's taking over an empty suitcase and she's like, why don't you just put stuff in it and I will take it over, and like, because she's going to see her brother, so my uncle who we're staying with, and she can just pop it in the storage and then she's got like her empty suitcase to fill back up when she comes back over. So today my big thing is I want to sort out my clothes. I'm not listing anything else on Trade Me anymore because I mean, we leave in a week and a half. I think. Actually, it's closer to 2 weeks. We leave in 2 weeks from this place. And I want to get all my clothes sorted. So in here, I'm going to pack winter stuff that I won't need. Or I can pack... Actually, it makes more sense. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. When the shipping people come and pick stuff up, that's getting put over to Aussie on a boat, so it's going to take about 2 months. So that means whatever I put in the boat won't get to Aussie until like mid-February, realistically. Which in turn means that my winter stuff can go in here, and anything I will need during the first few weeks of working can go in here. So I'm going to find my good work clothes. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to really think that process through. So basically, stuff that I don't need for the last week of work and that I won't wear during summer can all go in that suitcase. Okay, this can be my starting point. I've also just realised though that basically all I need is a month's worth of clothing, because like when I get to Australia, I'll have this stuff, so I don't need to worry too much. Basically, I can just think, right, I only need a month's worth of clothing. Oh, it's crazy. This date is creeping up on me. I really thought that was going to take up way more space. It's taken up a third. So okay, we've zipped it up. Let's see how heavy it is. Oh gosh. 15 kilos. I am so sweaty now, but we did it. That suitcase is full and good to go with my parents when they go over to Oz themselves in a couple of weeks. What I'm going to do now though is spin the wheel to see what book I'm picking up next. So let's do that. I can't believe how many books I managed to get through yesterday. And we're making really good progress. And I feel good. I still don't feel like it's a chore yet, so let's hope it stays that way. Whereabouts is whereabouts. Why can I not see it, guys? You guys can probably see it and you're like screaming at me. Oh, there's a hair there though. Oh, there. Okay, I'm like so sweaty from doing all of that clothing stuff. Oh, shush. This is Whereabouts by Jhumpa Lahiri. It is a shockingly long book of 157 pages. And what bookmark? We've got blue and gold. Blue and llama. Blue and gold. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Okay. I think I'm going for this one. Boop, boop. Okay, what is this about? The woman moves through the city, her city, on her own. She moves along its bright pavements. She passes over its bridges, through its shops and pools and bars. She slows her pace to watch a couple fighting, take in the sight of an old woman in a waiting room, pauses to drink her coffee in the shaded square. This is a book which seems to encompass 1 year where our main character is grieving over her deceased mother, and we see some transformation. Sometimes our character is at sea, and it is an Italian translated text. Okay, let's make the chapters look very short, like 2 or 3 pages each. That's nice. The first chapter, on the sidewalk. In the mornings after breakfast, I walk past a small marble plaque, propped against the high wall flanking the road. I never knew the man who died, but over the years I've come to know his name, his surname. You know what? I'm kind of vibing this. This is a solid start. I'm like intrigued. Who is this guy? Who is our main character?
Why is there a plaque dedicated to him? 4 stars for the starting of this book. Let's see how it continues. I do need to keep trying to read a book a day. So let's see if this one can suck me in. I've got a feeling it might be a quick read. A lady just came to pick up the 2 eyeshadow palettes. I got my $10 for it. And I almost started crying when she left because she had her little daughter with her. And her daughter was so excited. I think the palettes might have been for the kid. And she was like looking at them and she was smiling. She was so excited. And I've just been reading Whereabouts and I'm up to page 22. And can I say, this is already a blooming amazing book. And the reason why I started to almost cry is because this is a book about like so far it's about our narrator, our unnamed main character, is a 46 or 56-year-old woman living alone in Italy, and she's kind of just observing people around her, and she keeps talking about like how there's this one dad who can't get along well with his daughter, and then there's this one daughter who decided to stay in Italy as her parents went back to, I'm assuming, America. And it's just like all these little connections, and then just that little girl and the mum being so excited over the new makeup palette. Oh, my heart. But it definitely is easy to read. I literally got to 22 pages in like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna keep making progress. Alright team, I am up to page 87 of Whereabouts, and I'm really, really enjoying it actually. So a bit more clarification. Her mother has not just died, her father died when she was 15, but her mum is still grieving. But the book follows and is continuing to follow just her everyday life, and I'm just really liking it. The way it's written is so beautiful. It's giving me like in terms of the atmosphere, it's giving me the Timothy Chalamet movie, the oh my gosh, the peach scene movie. I haven't seen the movie, but like it happens in the book. I'll try and remember and put a picture. It's giving me this atmosphere. Honestly, I think it's just because it's set in Italy. Call Me by Your Name, that was set in Italy, right? I think so. But it's similar in terms, it's similar to The House on Mango Street in terms of those really short chapters almost feel like vignettes. They're not necessarily super duper connected, and it's actually quite inspiring because I think that would be such a cool way to write your first book. Little snippets of memories that you kind of turn fictional. So yeah, I'm halfway through this and I am thoroughly enjoying it, which is good. It's good. But as you guys can tell, it is a decent amount later in the day. What is clicking? Do not trigger me. Oh, there was a massive spider, no exaggeration, like this big, that I just threw outside. And now I'm hearing like a ticking noise and it's like driving me insane. But I finished this book. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I really ended up enjoying it. I think the character, I don't know, I felt like quite a kinship with her. The things that kind of, not everything, but a lot of the things that annoyed her annoyed me too. Like if you had someone come into your house, look at your books, pick up a book and say, oh, I couldn't get past the 3rd page, can I borrow it? I'd be like, no, especially if you didn't know them, like that would annoy me. But also the things where she enjoys her solitude but also can quite happily go along to social events. I just thought it was a really cool insight into a woman's life. Very more, that did not make sense, a lot more positive than the New Animals, which we finished yesterday. But I won't say it's like necessarily motivational or uplifting or anything like that. It's just like this is reality for some people and that's okay. Kind of like a reaffirming support kind of novel. In terms of triggers, I will say death, like I've mentioned, her father's passed away. It's in the blurb, I just misread the blurb. Also other triggers, cheating, so infidelity, and I guess loneliness in some sense. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Not eating just because you wanted to save money and like also her parents were kind of, you know, like a lot of parents do, whether they mean to or not, provided trauma. Provided? Sounds like you're gifting it. Traumatized our main character. Not physically, but like emotionally. You know, we all have to reparent ourselves a lot of the time in some aspect. I'm going to finish this vlog here. It might be a bit shorter than previous vlogs, just because tomorrow's the 1st of December, I think. Hang on, let me double check this. Tomorrow's the 1st of December, so I'm going to start Vlogmas tomorrow, which is basically just going to be the same thing, you know, like vlogging every couple of days. But I'm going to leave you guys with a clip of me sorting out my clothing between things I'm going to go give to Recycle Boutique, which is like a reseller shop. They give me 50%, and then bags I'm going to donate, and then I will see you in the next video. So enjoy all the places you go in the next one, and I'll see you in the next one. Wow. Bye-bye. Thank you.